Welcome back to the Forever World series. In today's episode, we're taking on one of the toughest bosses that Minecraft has to offer, introducing a brand new district to our world, and breaking ground on the very first mega build of the series. We have got a ton of work to do today, so let's jump into it. Man, I am really happy with how this tree turned out. It's definitely not the most bestest tree, but it's still beautiful to me. And now, it's official. They grow up so fast. Anywho, let's take a look and see how our farms are doing. Oh, somebody's not been tending to this. All right, not the best output on this one, but it's actually it's the second largest one, so I was expecting a little bit more. Let's check the big one. I got high hopes for this one. We got somebody actually tending to this one. I'm gonna have to wax you soon, little fella. That's not too bad of an output. Not too bad at all. Is there anything over here? No. Doesn't look like they've been doing much over here, but it's running pretty good. Quick little disclosure, I did check these before I started recording, and I compiled all of the gunpowder from the 3 silos into one barrel, and I don't remember what barrel it was. Where the heck did I put that gunpowder? Did I put it in a shulker? No, I swear. Ah, here it is. Okay, yeah, I found it. Here it is. That's what we have from the output of these 3 silos. I think it's just that one. These farms weren't even designed for efficiency. That's one of the reasons that we built 3 of them. Well, that and because one of them looked pretty weird by itself, but mostly because I didn't expect them to be this efficient. I mean, I had already filled this shulker with rockets, and we still have this much left over. What does somebody even do with this much gunpowder? Kaboom. I wanted to just showcase really quick. Look at how much I've blown up with this thing trying to get this taken, and I'm still not really happy with how it came out. But whatever the one is that you just seen before is the one that we're gonna go with, because I'm sick of messing with this. The TNT cannon is very satisfying though. In other news, I checked the sugarcane farm earlier and found that it's producing so much sugarcane that it was backing up our collection system down here. It's already produced. I just moved everything over and it's already produced this much, and you can see it's doing a collection right now. So I added some storage in the back of the farm here to get us back running, but we're probably going to need to do something more permanent soon because this is already starting to fill up. But I'm too lazy to be bothered with any of that at the moment. And besides, we've already got plenty to do on the agenda today as it is. Trees to chop, holes to dig, and a brand new factory to build. Whoops, let's empty that out before we start tearing it apart. Anyways, do people get excited for factories? Should people get excited for factories? I'm excited about my factory. I'm also really excited to get working on this new area in our world. Up until this point, we've been working in this area over here, which is what I'm calling, the farming district. And farming district means crop farms, wheat fields, other crop fields, more crop fields, and eventually a whole bunch of farms with farmers tending to them. But today we're going to be starting on a whole new area with a whole new theme. See, we've got a whole lot of projects planned for the future, and a lot of them are going to require villagers. A lot of villagers. Which brings us full circle back to the factory, because everyone knows in Minecraft when you need a large labor force, you just build a factory that'll mass produce them for you. So we're going to be saying goodbye to the farming district for now and shifting our focus to a whole new district over here. And with a factory being the first build, I'll give you 3 guesses as to what the theme is. But before we can get started with any building, we've got a lot of ground to cover. And I do mean that literally, because we've got a lot of work to do to the ground, mostly in the form of removal. That's pretty much just a roundabout way of saying that we've got a big hole to dig, but as holes go, it's a pretty massive one. And before I am even going to attempt to assume the role of a mole with a goal of digging holes, that is gonna be so hard to say. And before I even attempt the role of a mole with a goal for digging holes, yes, I used a dictionary for that. And yes, it took about 7 or 8 takes to get it. And also, can I just ask, what the heck is this, Webster? Okay, false alarm. They should really consider changing that though. Anyways, it's a beacon, guys. We're going to be getting a beacon. And every beacon starts with a few wither scaly heads. And with any luck, I might already have some. We have one. Okay. That's an actual wither head. Is that the same thing? Have I fought the wither before? I thought they were called wither skelly heads. I guess we'll find out soon enough whenever we go to the nether. I had to put up some doors on this because I don't understand what it is with all of the docile mobs in my world wanting to relocate to the nether, but there were like 15 bees on the nether roof earlier, and I had to lead them all back here because we're gonna need some honey for the build today as well. So speaking of which, that's probably gonna need some attention soon enough. Now we just have to go and find a fortress because I don't know where one is on this side of the world. We find a fortress, fight some wither skeletons, about 1,057 of them, and then fight the wither, craft a beacon, build a factory. Sounds so easy when you say it like that. Of course, the first thing to do is to find... What? I thought I already got you out of here. I'm supposed to be going to fight wither skeletons so I can get a beacon, and y'all got me out here doing rescue missions. Through the portal we go. I don't understand how they got through with the door. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I got to get you guys to go through the portal first. Here we are, home sweet home. I don't understand why all of the creatures in my world keep trying to relocate to the top of the nether. Anyways, first thing we got to do is find another fortress. I don't know where one is on this side of the world, but we've got plenty of rockets thanks to our sugar cane and gunpowder farm. So now it's just time to fly around and see if we can find another fortress. I give it about an hour before I resort to chunk base. I think I'm gonna just try and stay along a mostly easterly path. I would think it wouldn't take very long of doing that before I would find one. Oh no, can I? Okay, and there we go. That didn't take very long at all. I did go pretty far, but our first wither skeleton, will it be you? Don't make me hit the pig. Don't hit me. All right, not our first one, of course. Will either of you be number 2? It would be really excellent if you were. No. Sparta! Oh, you've angered the wither. You've angered... Number 2! Head number 2. Oh, we've gotten 2. How the heck do I have a wither head? No, you know what it is. I think it's that the wither skelly head isn't the one that I need to be able to summon the wither. I always thought it was that head, though. Hang on, let me do a little bit of research. Well, I am very thoroughly confused because apparently it is these. It's the wither skeleton skulls, which means for me to have gotten this, I had to have fought the wither at some point in this world, but I genuinely do not remember it. And if I did fight, I had to have fought and killed it to have its head, which means I should have had a nether star, which means I should have a beacon. I don't have a beacon. Here we go. Are you number 3? No, not number 3. Now that it's given me 1 and 2 very fast, number 3 is going to take forever. Spooky, scary skeleton. What are you doing down there? I have to save these guys just so I can kill them. Nope. Ooh. I mean, I have an elytra, but it still would have been scary. Nothing. 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 Okay, am I gonna have to fly away and come back? Not problem. Woo! Woo, that was close. Come on, I need 1 more. There's something so satisfying about doing that. Apparently I was far enough that they could respawn. No head number 3, huh? But another wither skelly. Another 3 wither skellies. Shoot. It was an accident. I need you. Uh-oh. The last one! The last skull! So I need to figure out which way is west, and it's that way. I didn't think it came into view that way, but I've been wrong before. He wants to place wagers on whether or not I'll be able to find my portal. Let's not die by ramming our face into stuff. Home sweet home. I really need to put some stairs in right here. Jumping up this is kind of annoying. All right, we got the wither skulls. We got the soul sand. Now it's time to go find a cave to spawn the wither in. I definitely do not want to spawn the wither close enough to the surface that it breaks through. Oh, he like just forgot about me for a second there. Have you been drinking? This one didn't even have much in it. I don't think anything in it really. A little bit of copper, which we're going to need for the build today. I'm pretty sure what we have is going to be more than enough, but can't hoe the coal. Getting so distracted. This is not supposed to be a mining expedition. Whoa, I thought I turned around and seen some green. I wonder, does anybody else take the time to get rid of all of the water in their caves? I don't know why it's a big bother. Like, unless it's a huge pool, it's just going to be more time than it's worth to get rid of. I don't know why. I've always done it. I like getting rid of all of the water that spawns in my caves. That's one of the smoothest transitions I've ever did. I don't do them like that very often. Most times, as you've probably noticed, I usually just crash land. I gotta say, this is one part of the caves and cliffs. Oh, okay, hello. He's got a sword. One of the parts that I am not a big fan of the caves and cliffs is the like really spindly, maybe not spindly. I like the spindly. It's the super small, hard to breathe, claustrophobic style caves like these, where it's just like navigating them is a chore. But if you're a completionist, I am, whenever you're mining, you want to be like, whenever I'm done with the thing, I'm max efficiency. I want to, in terms of timing and everything, maybe not the most efficient, but in terms of nothing left behind, uber efficient. Where should we spawn this wither? There's the big hole that I was thinking of. This massive area is where I think I'm planning on fighting the wither. Probably smack dab middle of everything, like a total kahunkus. Where is the exit? This is going to go so badly. All right, it's probably a good thing that I have that little bit of health missing. My heart's already starting to pound. We got the golden apple. We got the enchanted golden apple. We got some blocks, should we need them. Pickaxe, sword. I don't have any arrows in my inventory. That would have sucked if he would have spawned. Here we go. 1, 2, and there's the wither. Get these ready. This is gonna be... Why are there spiders spawning? This is not gonna be good. This is not going good at all. The main issue is that I can't see. Oh no. I'm gonna die. Yep, but of my own accord, this could be really bad. This could be really, really, really bad. There's real panic suing in. Why is he still blowing up? Well, that's gone about as terribly as it could. Pretty much the only thing that I was able to salvage is what we collected during our caving trip. Everything else is gone. My tools, my armor, everything. Fortunately, I do have a bit of basic backup gear, so it's not a total setback, but it does still sting a lot. But rest assured, we're not giving up that easy. That wither is going to die today. We're just gonna have to be a bit more calculated in our approach. I figured some enchanting would be an excellent place to start, so using the materials that we had recovered from the fight, I began the XP grind. Then, in an unforeseen stroke of luck, I discovered there was a decent amount of XP stored within our smelters. We suffered some pretty unfortunate luck at the enchantment table, but still managed to nab a few useful enchantments before running out of our XP reserves. I do not expect that I'm going to be able to kill him with what I have. Is it possible? Sure, probably. I don't see it being very likely. Do I try it, though? Do I risk losing everything that I just got? If I can get in a safer location, dig my tunnel, and then draw him over to it, I believe that I can kill him. I'm very nervous about this. This is probably an awful idea. He is going ham on something. Get to the hole. Get to the hole. This is my big foolproof plan, is to try and see if I can get him over here. I think one of those have to hit me. If I can keep from getting wither effect, then I may be okay, which is definitely easier said than done. And there it is. Now I need you to come down and not do that. Is he coming down? He is coming down. I can't believe I missed that. Where the heck did you come from? Ooh. Will you just come down already? Oh, shoot. Okay. Thank you. All right. He finally came down here. Now I cannot mess this up. Oh, I'm so nervous getting this close to him. Just take a little breather, eat some lamb chop, and then get back to slicing out his feetsies. Backing me into a corner here. Gotta dig this out some. I think we got it, team. We got him. Yes. Oh my God, that has been the most nerve-wracking, most terrible freaking thing. Oh my God. Oh! And we got our second witherhead. I still don't understand that. How the heck did I get a witherhead if I haven't killed a wither before? Unless there's a nether star hanging out in the world somewhere. I'm just freaking glad. Oop, there's an arrow sticking right out of my noggin. I'm just glad that one's dead. That one took everything from me. What do you need? How does one craft a beacon? Beacon. Glass, nether star, and obsidian. This is a monumental moment right here. Well, it wasn't very quick, and it certainly wasn't painless, but I reckon we're ready to dig a freaking hole now. Well, we got a few trees to chop first, but then we're ready to dig a freaking hole. So let's go. Holes dug. And it took a lot longer than I expected it to, guys. I'm super glad that we had the beacon for this project because this is a big hole. Even with the beacon, it still took several hours between digging it out and then stopping to go and heal up my tools every 30 minutes. It was a long process. So guys, if you're enjoying the video so far, please take a moment to drop a like and consider subscribing. It helps the channel out a lot, and on projects like this one, your support is really appreciated. Anyways, hole is dug, which means it's time to work out a block palette for the build. Now, I don't know why, but whenever I think about a factory, the first thing that comes to mind is an old brick building. I'm not really certain why I picture it abandoned in my mind, but that's what we're going with. So that gives us brick as our main block, and granite always pairs really nicely with that, so that's those two. But that leaves the palette a bit too clean for what I have in mind, so to muddy it up a little bit, pun intended, we're gonna slap some mud bricks in there. But how can we make it look even dirtier? It doesn't really get any dirtier than that. Now, I like it so far, but it might come out a little bit too noisy. So to help tone that down some, we're gonna give it some structure using some polished tuff. That looks really nice. I like it. I like it a lot. It's not everything we're going to need, but it's a great starting point. Speaking of starting points, I wonder how many of these resources we're going to have to collect. So we've got plenty of dirt here and tons more down there from where we dug out that hole. We also have plenty of granite down there from digging out that hole. I almost got like a shulker and a half full of granite just from digging out that hole. Mud bricks, the dirt supply that we have should cover the mud bricks, which leaves regular old bricks. And the 26 that I have in my hand are all that I have to my name. So we're going to be doing quite a bit of clay collecting today, alongside a bunch of other stuff. But after several hours of digging that hole, I'm super excited to get started on this build. And all that's standing in our way of that now is a material gathering montage. So let's go! There's one last thing that could help out tremendously with the build today. And after everything that I suffered fighting the Wither, I'm really excited to see his adorable little face. So freaking cute. Can't even really see him that well. He's making kind of scary noises though. Say hello to my sugar monster. Collecting resources always takes a whole lot longer than you ever think it's going to, but we should have everything we're going to need now, and it is a lot. This one goes on for a ways. I have them all separated. These are blocks that are pretty much just mineable with a pickaxe. These are craftable craft blocks. I guess they technically could have been on that one as well. There's not much rhyme or reason to how they're set up. There's something kind of neat about seeing a gigantic build reduced to such a small shulker buffet. Like all of this, everything that's in these boxes in this little tiny section is going to be a massive factory that's going to cover this entire hole in just a few minutes. In just a few minutes for you, it's going to be several hours for me. Also, by the way, if you're wondering about the copper trapdoor graveyard that's in the hole, it's actually a little bit of a sneak peek into the next episode. I needed to age some copper, and after digging out this hole, we had all of this real estate here, and I figured, you know, why not? Plus, all of this will be able to be oxidizing while we're doing the build. There's one last thing I wanted to show you before we get working on the build, and you're never going to guess what I found while sorting through my chest earlier. So I killed a zombie and he was like, bleh. And then he dropped some rotting flesh and I was like, thanks, mate. I'll just throw that into my hostile mobs box. And I chucked it in there and then I was like, wait a minute. What is that? So this right here means that I have definitely fought the Wither before, but I surely don't remember it. Either way, though, it's always nice to find a spare beacon lying around in your mob drop chest. It also means that I suffered fighting the Wither and losing all of my gear basically for nothing. But let's just not talk about that. Anyway, we've got a lot of block placing to do, and I'm in a bit of a... Oh, that doesn't really zoom in where I want it to. And I'm in a bit of a block placing mood. So, let's go. Update. Due to procrastination, I haven't made any progress on the build, but while I was showing off my world to a friend of mine, I came back to find this waiting for me. That's pretty exciting. We're going to have to see. I think you can take snowballs. This is my very first happy gas ever. Come here, little fella. I want you just out of the way for now. We're going to have to give you a name too. He's so freaking cute. Why are you crying though? We're going to have to come up with a name for him. Oh, wait. I didn't mean it. Let me go ahead and, there we go. Lead him, and now he's tied to the post. Yeah, we're going to have to come up with a name for our happy ghast eventually, and for that I'm going to invoke the help of you, so if you have any good names for a happy ghast, go ahead and drop it in the comments. But enough procrastination, it's time to get working on this build. That track is too freaking awesome. And you know what else is awesome? My build. And this thing looks awesome, you guys, but it is massive. It took so long to build, but I think it was well worth it. I love how it turned out. It's not finished yet, of course. We've still got a bunch of terraforming to do outside. And with this area probably going to be a rundown city, I'm thinking some worn sidewalks, maybe some power lines, some busted up roads to match our busted up factory. Think Saint Denis from Red Dead 2. Hopefully you can already see a lot of that inspiration in the build. Speaking of the build, there's two main portions to it. There's this main floor portion where the villager breeder is going to be. And then there's this little office at the front where the workers who run the factory will, well, work. The interior still needs to be done in here because all we have right now is a floor. But it's a really nice floor, right? Right? Moving on. This is the main factory floor where all of the magic happens. or where the magic will happen once we get done building it. But there's tons of exciting sneak peeks in here. What's the big hole in the middle for? What about the doorways that lead to nowhere? What about all the item frames and levers? What do they do? Who knows? Guess you'll have to watch the next episode to find out. Hello, Gary. He, by the way, came in. I really like building with Happy Ghast. He made doing this a lot easier. Gary is my pal. But I did accidentally close him inside of the factory, and I'm not certain if there's a way to get him out. He might be able to fit through the roof. Let's see if we can get him out of the roof. This might take a moment. Can we fit? Can we fit through the roof? Oh, come on. I feel like he should be able to fit. Am I going to have to bust the roof somewhere? There's another opening right here that might be a little bigger. Let's try it. Can Gary get through? Oh, he can. He can. So, all right. Well, that's probably not very useful information. I don't think I'll ever need a ghast in there again. Oh, well, actually, I might. There are some things that are going to be built up on the top here. So while I have taken a call in the ghast, Gary, I'm still open for you to drop some suggestions in the comments. If you like Gary, then that's great. Let's call him Gary. But no name tag has been assigned just yet, so the ghast does not have an official name. I can't believe I nearly forgot the crowning jewel. Just in case you ever forget what the factory is for, I plastered its face on it. Hold it down, you handsome devil. You may be wondering, distracted, why did you build this factory so far away from what you built in the last 2 episodes? And the reason is, 1, we're separating our world into different districts, and different districts are going to have different types of builds in them. So a factory wouldn't really fit in a farming district. In addition to that, because of the size of it, I wanted it to be a little ways away so that in the distance, let me show you. I wanted the build to be over there because from here, that build is so big, but it fits really nicely. It works with that skyline, especially once we get some other builds scattered in. But I do have a problem, you guys. Whenever I was figuring out where to put it in my creative world, I would come to this spot and I would look out over the horizon, and with the build in the spot that it is in right now, I just absolutely love the way that it looked. So imagine my surprise when I come to my survival world, get done building it, and then I look from this spot and you can't see the build for some reason. My render distance is all the way up. Everything's all the way up. I'm not really certain why it's not showing up for me from here. I'm most likely going to spend some time playing with some mods. Watch it as it materializes all the 4 stacks, which doesn't make any sense because what would we be burning to make villagers? I'll tell you what we're going to be burning to make villagers, but that's not family friendly. Well, that's the factory, you guys, but it's not time to say goodbye just yet, as there's one last thing that I need to do before we end the episode. These poor guys, oh my goodness, this thing is running great. These poor guys have been frozen for a while now, and I think it's about time that we put some wax on them. There you are, Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Both of you are going to get a little bit of wax so that you can continue working. But that, guys, is where we're going to end the episode. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like and consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.